If you are into video games, you can actually explore Icon of the Seas in a video game. And the Ruby Princess, well, she was delayed this past Sunday due to a lot of cases of people being sick. Chris here with High Seas Cruising, and welcome to today's video. Alright, so if you are into video games, play video games, or at least are familiar with video games, you have probably heard of Fortnite. It's a downloadable multiplayer game. You go in, you play on different kind of maps, and it is a very popular game, one of the most played games out there. Well, they have now added some sections of Icon of the Seas from Royal Caribbean that you can actually download and play in Fortnite. Now, it's not the whole ship, it's just a couple of the neighborhoods at least to start. But if you're, like I said, if you're into Fortnite, into video games, happen to like cruising, now you can hop on Fortnite, play a couple of the neighborhoods on Icon of the Seas and kind of get a look of what it's gonna look like, at least virtually. And this is a smart move by Royal Caribbean. The average age, or I guess the majority of players that play Fortnite are under the age of 24. So it is a way to kind of introduce younger people, a younger generation into cruising, into what's available on cruise ships, and gives everybody a sneak peek of what Icon of the Seas is going to look like when she does finally get here. So the Ruby Princess sailing out of Galveston, Texas. Well, last week she had some cases of what they're calling a gastronomical illness. So, something in the stomach that makes things come out of both ends of your body. And it was enough cases that the CDC has gotten involved and they are taking a look at the Ruby Princess. So 6.61% of passengers, which is 199 passengers, and 1.73% of crew, which is 20 crew members, all showed signs and reported symptoms of the illness. Now, exactly what it is, they haven't really said. Could be something similar, like norovirus or some kind of stomach bug. It's just something that was causing, like I said, come out the top, come out the bottom, usually simultaneously. Now, this can be caught from handrails, doorknobs, hot tubs, could come from food, or several different surfaces, areas around the ship. So you can't say for sure it came specifically from this spot or specifically from this, but I can say that one of the easiest ways to kind of combat these types of illness is to make sure you're washing your hands. Before you go in the buffet, wash your hands. Any chance you can, wash your hands. After you're done in the restroom, wash your hands. Now, this is something you'd think we'd all be really used to, really accustomed to, especially if you did any cruising, any sailing during COVID, after the restart of COVID. Washing your hands was something the cruise lines preached a whole bunch. You go into the buffet and the washy-washy person was always there to make sure you washed your hands. And I have noticed here, especially here in 2023, that they're not as forceful, especially at the buffet, to making sure you wash your hands prior to going inside. I've been on some cruises where they've mentioned it. I've been on some cruises where there's not anybody even at the door. And I'm going to be honest, I've been washing my hands and I've seen people simply walk by and not doing it at all. So there are opportunities to help avoid this type of stuff by simply doing little things like washing your hand. Won't necessarily prevent it. It's not 100% guarantee, but it does help. And if you've been on a cruise recently, you guys let me know in the comments. Have you seen people skipping the hand washing stations and simply walking into a buffet, a restaurant, or something like that and not doing it? Is this becoming more and more common that people are kind of reverting back to the pre-COVID way of doing things, like maybe we just didn't learn a lesson here very well? Now, because this happened when the Ruby Princess got back to Galveston on Sunday, the cruise line took the opportunity to perform extra sanitation, clean the ship extra well, but it did cause a delay from the next group from embarking on the ship. It was about a several hour delay. Now, the Ruby Princess did load everybody up. She is out sailing currently. Hopefully, whatever was contaminated, they were able to find it, clean it. It's now sanitized and we won't have a reoccurring issue. Because while it also, it sounds kind of bad that all these people got sick, it's not really a super common thing. It doesn't happen with every cruise ship every time. And you do hear about it occasionally, but if you consider that in the total number of cruise ships that are out there sailing, the total number of passengers out there sailing. And I know it sucks for those that it happened to, but 199 out of everybody out there cruising is actually a pretty small number. So this isn't, to get anybody panicked, concerned that anything's going to break out on cruise ships again anytime soon. Kind of more of a, PSA to say, hey, let's not forget to wash our hands, wipe things down a little bit, make sure we're not touching things we don't have to touch, because nobody wants their cruise ruined by spending a little extra time in that really small bathroom, if you know what I mean. All right, and that is going to be our cruise news video for today. If you've enjoyed today's video, do me a favor and hit that like button. If you haven't done so yet, do me a favor and hit subscribe. It is free to do so. Helps our channel grow. Let you know anytime we put out a new video. Hope everyone out there is having a really great day, and like always, we will see you out on the high seas.